Culture and diversity in healthcare. The objectives for this presentation are to discuss how cross-cultural competency impacts healthcare and outcomes, outline steps to increase individual and organizational cross-cultural competency, and implement a personal action plan for cross-cultural competency. Diversity, inclusion, and cultural competency. For this slide, I put together a short video that describes the difference between diversity and inclusion, and then explains how cultural competency brings it all together.
Diverse teams are more productive and innovative. Properly managed and leveraged teams outperform less diverse teams. Diversity drives better results. People within diverse communities bring unique information and experiences that lead to better decisions. Diversity is the mix of differences. Inclusion is making the mix work, and cross-cultural competency is how we achieve our goal of maintaining diversity and inclusion together in the workplace. A manager striving to develop their cross-cultural leadership competencies must engage teams through individual strengths to create trust, community, and results, rather than emphasizing cultural differences.
For this slide, reflect on the differences between diversity and inclusion. How do you ensure that your team is embracing inclusiveness? Some other considerations. With the world changing quickly, there are definitely some changes within the workforce and in our demographics with our healthcare. And so we're going to focus a little bit just on the demographics. There are 4 different generations at work, and this soon may increase to 5. For 2 decades, baby boomers made up the largest percentage of the population. Today, there are more millennials in the workforce than any other age group. We know that leaders really need to understand and appreciate the differences between the different generations and communication styles, values, beliefs, as they're working on leading their team. By the year 2020, nearly 40% of the workforce is expected to be comprised of non-white individuals, with the fastest growing demographic being the Asian population. Cross-cultural competency is a very important skill. It is ranked 4th on the list of top 10 work skills needed for the future. We can see that it's actually required by many essential social agencies, and they're listed below. So what are the benefits of an organization with strong cultural competency? I'm just going to focus on this slide for the area in healthcare or in the medical. So we know that strong cultural competency improves patient data collection, it increases preventative care by patients, reduces disparities in the patient population, increases cost savings from reduction in the medical errors, number of treatments, legal costs, and the number of missed medical visits. There's also fewer diagnostic errors and greater patient adherence. There are many different ways that a person can increase their cross-cultural competency, and I've listed 3 here. It's important first to start with self-awareness, and there's many different tools and assessments that one can take. This one was recommended in the literature. The second is having awareness of others, understanding that certain attitudes help bridge the gap between personal culture and culture of others. We should suspend judgments, empathize, be comfortable with ambiguity, and celebrate diversity. One of the last ones is to just develop our skills. The LEARN model is one way that we can, or a tool that we can use in our toolbox. So the L stands for listen with sympathy and understand the patient's perception of the problem. E, or explain your perception of the problem. A, acknowledge and discuss your differences and similarities. R, recommend treatment. And N, negotiate treatment. So what do we do? It's important for leaders to create an action plan. And so here's some questions that you can consider as you're working on developing your action plan. So in summary, we are diverse humans, and we bring unique gifts, talents, and perspectives to the workplace. Diversity and inclusion can drive engagement, innovation, and performance when properly leveraged and supported. Cross-cultural competencies start with self-awareness about how actions impact others. These cross-cultural competency skills take time to develop, and this is hard to work on, so be patient with yourself and others. And here are the references. Thank you.